Oh, is that up to me now? Welcome back. Hello to what is it? The fourth podcast.
Fourth episode of Teacher versus Student. I am your host, Mr. Waddell, followed by.
I think you know who I am already. If you just watch the rest of the episodes, they're really good.
First thing I want to mention is that one of our students, Mason, who is an incredible illustrator and animator, Perkins, did an incredible animation for, it was about a 1-minute clip of our first podcast episode. So I will include that clip right now. Next topic, what do you think about aliens?
My head. So I think they honestly exist. Just, like the universe cannot chill. It's just way too big. Like, why? In all of God's name, why would it be so big? Like, maybe billions of miles, but not infinite space. Like, there's got to be a limit somewhere, right?
So you think they do exist? Now, do you think that they are amongst us?
Amongst us.
Whether or not it's they're in the government as the Illuminati controlling things, or just simply observing.
All right, so I feel like they're out there somewhere.
Okay.
It's just like I said, the universe has no chill, and it made them so far away that it's just like we're not gonna be there, man. Like, but if aliens did or did not invade us, like if they did, I'd be like if they got off, just straight up shoot them. Like, not to be like unfriendly, but I'd take their spaceship. I'd travel the universe.
So no communication, instant hostility. Wasn't that funny?
It was great.
I thought it was so fun. I had to show all of my classes, even though some of them were sleeping. I thought it was good that I shared that creativity because honestly, I want to say for an 8th grader, that's really good. No, for a human, that is incredible animation, and I want to give my hats off to Mason. So thank you, Mason.
Yeah.
Okay, Caden.
I saw that and I thought it was really good. But when you said even though some of us were sleeping, you slowly panned towards me. What did I do?
Just now?
Yeah.
You're speaking.
No. You were like, even though some of the classes were sleeping.
No. I didn't mean to. No, it wasn't you.
So good.
All right, so there's something. I understand that the last podcast may have gotten a little too scientific. That's fair enough. I'm a science geek. I love space, and I just couldn't stop myself. I do want to start with a quick, just brief conversation about NASA. It's not going to be super scientific. It's more about the finances of NASA, because Caden, a couple days ago, tried to solve the problem of, one, NASA not having enough money, and inflation. Caden, can you walk me through your solution for the fact that NASA doesn't have enough money to send people to Mars or to create an infinite amount of satellites to explore the unknown? What's your solution?
Well, I did solve it. You're just not accepting of it.
Oh, don't lie.
So what is your solution then?
Well,
Enlighten me.
I will. Yes, enlightenment. So what I had in mind was we create the money for our country.
You print it.
Well, whatever. We print it, create it. It's not like how they did in the old days. Gold was a common currency.
Yeah.
I heard that's in a big bank now.
Mm-hmm. Fort Knox.
Isn't Fort Knox? I might be thinking of an old Civil War base. What is Fort Knox?
Fort Knox is basically the Federal Reserve, where they keep a large portion of the United States gold, because gold's value increases over time and paper money decreases over time, so that they are guaranteed to always have a lot of currency.
Oh, I was thinking of another base that I thought was called Fort Knox, but now it's like a memorial, but it's pretty torn down.
Are you talking about Fort Snelling?
Maybe.
Okay.
It's Fort something.
Yeah. Or Fort Sumter?
Maybe.
Either way.
But so the way I thought about this is we print our own money and we can print as much as we want, but we can't give it to everyone or else the value of it goes down.
Correct.
But the way you said it, it just makes it sound like you're a billionaire giving rich kids more money. So you said, so let's say, so I'm pretending to be you in class, and you were like, so let's say I give each of you $1 million. You go to the candy store, or you go to like a gas station whenever you buy a candy bar, they charge you $5,000. Maybe if you gave every kid on Earth that much money, but like 30 kids, no, that's a coincidence.
Okay, so let's say, and I think the analogy he was making is, let's print a bunch of money and only give it to NASA.
All right. So I was thinking, so we print out all the money. So you print this much money, but you said that you couldn't do that. So we're just gonna go forward a little bit. So basically, my plan failed because he said I'd be giving the money to everyone in the end, and I said no. So here's the way I thought of it. So NASA, let's say NASA already has that money because they're NASA. They're the American space program. Boy, no, I'm just kidding. So, they're our biggest space program. They're our only?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're our only space program.
Well, federally funded.
Well, federally funded.
SpaceX is the private one. The Tesla guy started a private one.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yep.
Does it run on electricity?
No. But it is like 30% more efficient than anything NASA came up with.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So
he's the man.
So let's just say NASA already has that money, and they hire all the people, and now they're done. They're done with the planning and everything. Now they just have to build the rocket.
Yeah.
That super crazy good
and pay
rocket.
everybody's salary.
No.
So everybody's going to do this for free.
No, they already got paid.
Through their salary.
Yeah, with
Okay.
NASA's money.
Okay, so they're continually paying them every month. Okay.
No.
That's how
They
salaries
just give
work.
them big money. Just give them big money 1 week. That's your money for the next few months. So NASA. So these people. So we haven't printed out that large sum of money yet. So NASA already has this money.
Okay.
And then they give it to the people. They give them like this $1 million check. Let's say. Well, what's the salary for working for NASA?
I don't know. Let's say $150,000.
A what? A week? A month? A day?
A year.
Oh, okay. That's.
Okay, so NASA has all this money. They pay salaries for everybody. They have a crew and a staff to build all this stuff. And what I was trying to say is that money doesn't just stay with NASA. It still causes inflation because NASA has to buy stuff to build the rocket. They have to buy the steel. They have to buy the fuel. They have to buy the circuits. So they have to purchase stuff from Samsung and from the iron mill and from the steel industry. And they have to buy the fabric and they have to buy all of this stuff. They have to buy the launch pad. They have to build a launch pad. They have to pay a concrete company to build their facility. So it's not like you give NASA the money and then they just buy the satellite because people and other companies have to build it for NASA.
No, I get
So
that.
all that money is now back into the economy and now eventually it just filters down. And so that money is now increased everywhere and the value of it goes down.
No.
Okay.
So, well, here's what I'm getting at. NASA already paid for that. That's what you're not getting. Everything, all of that is aside already.
Where do
already
they get the money
did
for that?
They just have it.
No, they don't.
They're NASA.
No, they don't.
Yes.
Fight. Imagine this is $1, a $1.
Yeah.
You just happen to have money in your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine this is a $1 bill. If this $1 bill represents the tax dollar, so this represents all of the tax money, if you are going to start kind of portioning this off and shade it different colors for how much money goes to different federal projects. So, a portion of this goes to roads and a portion of it goes to bridges and some of it goes to gas facilities and sewage treatment and, the military and the space program. The amount of money that goes from our tax dollars, about that much of it funds the military. About a third of the tax dollar funds the military. For the amount of money that funds all of the space programs, landing on the moon, the Mars rovers, sending anything into space, the International Space Station, that is all funded by less than 1% of 1 penny out of this dollar. So when you're saying they just have the money, no, they don't. Go
You
ahead.
just made it even easier for me.
Okay?
So you're right. How did they get the money? Well, they just printed out. No, I was thinking too far deep into this, way too deep. like imagine you dug a 5-foot hole, you just dug another 30 feet just because. That's how deep I was thinking into it.
Okay.
So-
And it's really much more simpler.
Oh
More
yeah.
simpler?
Yes, more simpler.
I can English.
You can English. It's so much more simpler because the reason is like, well, there's space, but the way it works is like, so you're right. We're just one country though. One country.
Yep.
Out of all the countries in the world, we're that one country that does this one thing that one time to do something crazy. That hey, Mr. Mickelson. That like one time. So you're right. You're right. They don't get the money magically. You print it out. You give them that large sum of money. I was thinking like they get it somehow, but then they get that money later. No, because you're right. It will expand into everyone, but we're just one country, and that's not going to expand to everyone.
So we
in
don't
the
do
country.
trade with Mexico, China, India. None of our clothes say made in China. None of our plastic crap says made in Vietnam.
Just wait. What I mean is that you say if everyone gets too much money, the value of it goes down.
Yep.
But are we giving that money to every single person in our country?
Eventually, it trickles down to the corporations, which then have to pay salaries for their thousands of employees, and their employees have to buy groceries and pay bills. And the people that have to pay groceries and bills have to pay their employers, and their employers have to buy gas and food. And so, yes, it eventually does go all into the rest of the people. Yes, Celia.
Okay, so maybe I'm understanding this wrong, but why can't we just print out a bunch of money and give it to NASA?
Okay, so this is the idea of inflation. If I print out, let's say I'm the government, and I just want the United States to be more rich, and I print out a ton of money and I give everybody $1 million. Now, anybody who's selling a product like a candy bar or a car, let's go with a candy bar analogy. If everybody has $1 million, if they sell a candy bar for $1, they're not making any money because the person they bought that candy bar from, the factory, can charge way more because everybody has more. So if everybody has $1 million, why would they charge $1 for a candy bar? That's not what it's worth. It's now worth $5,000 because we invented money. Money doesn't actually exist. So if you give everybody a ton of money, the value goes down because everybody has it. So if you give a bunch of money to NASA, it doesn't just stay in NASA and now they can afford everything. They can afford it at first, but all that money goes to different companies because they have to pay for everything they send into space through. It's not like NASA has NASA brand rockets and NASA brand computers. They have to buy them, let's say, through Sony or Samsung or Apple. They have to pay other companies.
Oh, okay.
Judd.
I was saying, didn't something like this happen to the Soviet Union?
Probably.
And while I was thinking about that, I don't know why, but I saw like Caden's face on like Joseph Stalin, and it just looks so weird.
Joseph Stalin was the communist leader during the Cold War? No. Yeah, World War II. Yeah, World War II, not the Cold War. He was kind of like a communist, slightly dictator-ish kind of guy. Yeah, Kylie.
Okay, so when you guys were like actually talking about this, was this during class? Did you have this fight slash
For like the last
conversation?
30 seconds of class, and then he stayed after for another like 5 minutes, and I was like, "You're gonna be late."
I was like, oh well.
Yep.
So
So
what
yes.
was the actual point of this?
Science.
The actual point of this is just to continue our conversation because I'm trying to explain, and maybe for my sake too, why we can't just print out more money because it doesn't work that way.
Okay, no, I'm
Alright.
not even
Alright.
gonna.
Well, I think we've answered enough questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've created more questions than we've answered,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that's okay.
New subject.
New subject, talking about how much money I make. I want to understand, because it's hard for me to remember back to 8th grade. When was that? 60-something years ago?
Whatever.
I want to know what your view, because now I'm an adult, and I am curious as to what your view of adulthood is. What does it look like?
Mr. Adele, what's your secret?
To young age.
Yes.
Meet a vampire.
Need a vampire. Wait.
Meet a vampire.
Oh, meet a vampire. I thought you said need a
Oh.
vampire.
What do you imagine adulthood is, and how will you deal with it, Judd?
Well, it's like you're making your ramen, but instead of just using your tap water, make it with Fiji water.
So you just buy more expensive stuff.
Well, you try to, but you spend most of it on bills and gas.
Okay, Kylie,
I won't.
you won't.
I won't deal with it. Like,
What does
don't
it
know.
look like though?
Okay, it looks like taxes and lots of responsibility and things that what
Lots of taxes and lots of responsibility,
things
for sure.
that aren't important but are important in life.
You'll find a lot of things that become important that you didn't want to be important. Celie?
Okay, so I want to be a doctor,
Yep.
and my mom hates me for that.
Okay.
Because of all the student loans and stuff. So I feel like I'm gonna have student loans for the rest of my life.
That's the thing, is if you become a doctor, you have to go to school for longer, which means you have to pay more in tuition. However, when you get out of college, you also make more, so you can pay it off. If you put more into the loans every month, you can pay it off faster because you're making more. But like I was thinking, I went to school through the University of Minnesota, and I got my bachelor's. And if I got my bachelor's and I went to school for the same amount of time as a structural engineer, just picking something, that structural engineer would start out making $80,000 a year and have the same amount of school loans that I did, and I make 4 times less than that person does.
So,
All right. So I kind of want to share my views. So,
Go for it, yeah.
So I'm not excited. I'm really not. I'm not even. I have another. Let's see. So. Probably.
9, 10, 11, 12th grade.
So, yeah. I plan to go to college for 4 years.
Okay,
Why
and
are
then,
you laughing?
and then another 4. So
Wait, I'm going there for 16 years.
no. So you have ninth grade, 10th, 11th,
Yep.
12th grade.
Yep.
You have freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year of college. So
Oh.
you have 8 more years.
For a second, I was thinking that the
Like
last
some
year of college.
multiplication?
No. I was thinking that the last year of college was 12th grade, and I'm like, yeah. And then you said 4 more, and I'm like, 16 years. No, what? All right. So, but like, I've got another 8 years before I start paying taxes. Maybe 4
Well,
even.
You're
But-
already paying taxes.
Oh, I am. No. I mean like tax bills and
Like income tax?
Yeah. Like
Well, as soon as you get a job, if you get a job
I
at
know.
Pizza Ranch or wherever you get a job, let's say you earn a paycheck for $150. That's how many hours you worked. Before your employer can give you that check, they have to take out 7 to 10% of that. They just grab it and they go, "Here you go, government," and then they give you the check.
I know, and like
Yeah. So you will be paying taxes way before that.
I know. And I'm worrying about it now, and I don't even do it because every time my parents come home with tax bills, I have a panic attack.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
And I don't even have to worry about it yet. And they look at it, and I go, oh! Like if I'm doing homework, I lay down on the table and I try and think about
Just climb
it.
up onto the table like a vampire, cross your arms, and
Yeah.
just die.
No, I give up for about 20 seconds, but then I'm back at it. No, because like it's so crippling. Like it doesn't sound fun.
It's a very rude awakening, I'll be honest.
And like, a few days ago, I put up the steps to being an adult. It was either yesterday or 2 days ago. But
Walk us through the steps to being an adult.
all right, step 1, become an adult. Step 2, get tax bills, get crippling debt.
Mhm.
Step 3, lay down. Step 4, try not to cry. Step 3, cry a lot.
Step 3.
Wait, oh, that's right. I was repeating. Step 4 and 5.
Okay.
Try not to cry. Step 5. Cry a lot.
So lay down, try not to cry a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, that's most of my weekend.
Oh.
Yeah. Kylie.
Okay, since you were talking about like college and stuff, what did you originally go to college for?
Really good question. When I graduated high school, I wanted to own a custom car shop.
I could see you doing
What's
that.
so funny
at all.
about that?
I wanted
Because
to.
it's Mr. Waddell.
I wanted to fix. I mean, you may not think it, but I am very interested in cars and
You?
automobiles.
You could
yes.
fix cars with science.
I'd fix my own car. Yes.
Can you fix mine?
Sure. And so I wanted to do that, and then the closer and closer it got to graduation and actually choosing that as a career became less and less interesting to me because my interests were just changing, and I was thinking about what my life would be like and the hours and the amount of work. And then I had this senior year, I had this awesome, like, bomb science teacher. And he, like, let me know that I was interested in something that I didn't know I was interested in. Or maybe I thought that I wasn't going to be interested in it. Like, I just flat out would say I wasn't interested in that. And just taking his class was like, wait a minute, I am interested in that. Like, he let me know, like, hey, it's possible that you might like this. And so taking that class, I was like, yeah, this is awesome. He inspired me, and now I'm interested in all this kind of different stuff, and it's become a big part of my identity, and I wouldn't have had that otherwise. And so that, coupled with the fact that people tell me that I explain things well, whether or not that's true, I was like, well, if I can explain things and I love science, what else? And so I went to school for science education, and now I am here, 50 years later.
No, like 4, maybe. I don't know.
All right. If you guys don't mind, I kind of want to get on to another topic, one that I've wanted to do for a few weeks now.
Okay?
Well,
Go for it.
No,
Go for it.
we can make this quick. So
No, go for it. Yeah. Change the topic.
A topic I wanted to do was, what do you want to do in the future?
Me.
Yes.
No.
No, like, how about, like, everyone just
Yeah,
give a
okay.
quick, brief thing?
Mr. Waddell to go first.
Mr. Waddell can go first, all right.
I want to get my master's. I want to visit all of the continents, including Antarctica. I've been to 4 so far. I only have 3 left to go. I want to own a Tesla.
What?
A Tesla car.
An electric car.
Oh, okay.
I want to have way more pets than I can afford. And I want to constantly be finding new hobbies. That's what I want to do in the future.
So we're gonna go around in a
all right,
circle?
I guess we can go around like this way.
Sure.
Okay.
So, what I want to do, and I'm being serious when I say this, I want to be an engineer. I want to be, but not just an engineer. This is gonna sound funny, but I want to be the best engineer in the world.
Okay.
Don't laugh. That's it's like doubt to my face. No, you can't do it.
Doubter's gonna doubt, hater's gonna hate, potato's gonna potate.
Skater's gonna skate.
Skater's gonna skate.
And I want to do that because it's something I took a lot of interest in. But here's where it gets funny, and then here's where it gets sad. So the first time I wanted to do this, I was so psyched about it. I was like, I have a plan, I want to do it, and I think I can do it. And then I went and told my parents. What my parents did. Yeah. No, you all know. I told my mom, and then I think she turned her back to me, and I think she started to cry. I'm like, Mom, what's wrong? And she's like, that is so funny. and I was like, what? And she's like, you do something like that? No.
What?
Yeah, no. They are the most unsupportive people I've ever seen in my life.
That is horrendous.
Yes, because I shoot him something. I'm like, Mom, I want to do this in high school. No, grades like that. And she's like, and then I'm like, I want to do this. Where are you gonna find the money? Get a job. And I'm like, well, that's what I want to do. And she's like, no, with grades like that.
What kind of engineering?
I want to be
Buildings,
robotic.
Robotic
I want to
engineering.
create robots. I want to create technology that everyone uses, and I want to do things for myself.
You are Elon Musk.
Who's that?
The guy who started PayPal.
What's PayPal?
PayPal is the company that every website uses to exchange money over the internet. Started PayPal, started the #1 solar company in the country, started a little thing called Tesla, and started a little thing called SpaceX.
So
You are Elon Musk.
Thank you.
Mason, what do you want to do in the future?
Me in the future, I would like to at least be a mechanic at one point.
Okay.
I have quite an interest in cars and have recently picked up a 1990s Mercedes 300E.
And you would like to work on that car?
I have.
And make it so just baller and awesome. Swag it out.
No.
Yeah, man. That's a mafia car. That's a total mafia car.
Wait, it's mafia.
Taking that thing down the street to Tokyo.
Okay. I want to be a photographer when I grow up,
Okay.
but at the same time, I want to be a social therapist.
Okay.
But that's like a lot to look up to because being a therapist is kind of like a lot of schooling, and you have to have the ability to be social with people, which I really don't have
Yet.
in all.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I like photography. I've liked photography since 3rd grade, so I've always wanted to be a photographer. So yeah, that's kind of what I want to do when I grow up.
Cool. Ellie.
I found my interest in structural engineering, and my dad told me that mechanical and structural engineering kind of tie into each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, mechanical engineers can't do structural engineering and stuff kind of like that, so that if I had both of those, then I could probably I'd have more opportunities to get a better job.
Sure.
And I kind of found this out. My dad and my grandpa have both been working on stuff. My grandpa invents random things like a mini pickup truck that my sister loves to drive around the farm, and she nearly tipped it over and my dad almost fell out. It was quite funny though.
Great invention. Sounds safe. He makes my grandpa's cool. He makes these awesome inventions like like a death trap. Anyways.
That's pretty much what he does. He's been doing it for many years. So, and then my dad's also I think it's kind of technical engineering and stuff. So
He makes phone cases.
yeah.
Yes.
It's cool.
I have an example.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's really what I want to do.
Cool. Henri, which is the French way of saying Henry.
Okay. I haven't really found a really big interest, but
Okay.
I find a lot of different interests in my family's stuff. So my dad is a mechanic. Well, not really a mechanic. He's like an engineer. I have an interest in space and a large interest in exploration. I want to find things I haven't seen before and
Totally.
stuff like that.
Nice. So a classic explorer. The limitations are non-existent. Elliot.
I guess I don't really know a whole lot either. What I've been kind of thinking is like designing the plot for like some kind of video games.
Okay.
He's like I kind of like designing the creatures or like looking at them and learning all of their names and stuff. Or I would like to go into like some kind of advertising business.
There's a lot of psychology in advertising. There's a really cool documentary by a guy named Darren Brown who did this whole talk on advertising and the tiny subtle hints you can give to people, and without even ever thinking they've heard of your company, they'll be able to describe your company just by the psychology of influence. So that would be really interesting with the advertising aspect. Judd.
Okay, well, it's kind of like we said, like advertising, like marketing. Like there was this Deadpool movie.
Yeah.
I was like, there were all these pictures for the Star Wars movie where they had the guys like holding up his weapon, his like lightsaber or a
Yeah.
gun. They had one for the Deadpool movie. That was Deadpool. He was holding up a chimichanga.
Right. It clashed with what you expected.
And there was one like it showed a bunch of like superhero movie kids. Like you got all of them doing a bunch of like kung fu fighting or whatever. They had the Deadpool one where he's just sitting there in like one of those bad sweaters your grandma would make for you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the psychology of it. It's unexpected for what the kind of movie is, and that's why you remember it. Juliana, what would you like to do in the future?
I want to be like a travel agent or like I don't know. I just want to like do something in the airport so then I can like get free vacations and then
Oh yeah.
I can travel everywhere. Like yeah, because I really want to travel when I'm older. So.
Do it.
I want to be something like in the medical field. Just I don't really know. Like start out with kind of like a smaller degree and then just build up from there. Maybe.
Okay. Like, are you thinking maybe like surgeon in the end goal, or like nurse, or?
No, like maybe like a physician's assistant or something.
Okay. I think that's what my mom did for quite a long time. She loved it.
I would probably want to be a teacher for reading,
Okay.
and it would be for like the younger age groups because I like teaching the younger kids and stuff. Or I would be a pediatrician. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I kind of have 3, but I'll try and keep them short.
Okay.
First of all, I want to be a heart surgeon because you can't be mean to heart surgeons. Like, are you honestly gonna be mean to the person who's gonna be holding? Like, I just think it'd be so cool. Plus, they get a lot of money. So I want to be a heart surgeon.
I want people to stop thinking I'm mean, and I want money.
No, I want to be a heart surgeon because I do think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
To like cut people open and to just mess
Okay.
around. But then you're also helping people.
Let's
But
make
you
a
get-
list of
but
what
you-
Bella
you
wants.
get paid
Stop
a lot of
thinking.
money.
Stop thinking I'm mean. Give me a lot of money. I'm gonna cut you open.
It sounds bad.
Sounds like
Correct.
But you're helping people. Because I want to get really good at it.
Yeah.
Like Caden, I want to be one of the best people
Thank
in my
you.
field.
Yeah, a
That's really
pioneer.
good.
So I want to get really rich, and then after that, I want to retire at a certain point. And I basically want to be Batman. That'd just be really awesome.
Retired heart surgeon.
But I want one of my main goals. That is my retirement plan. I want to be Batman.
Retired heart surgeon Batman.
Batwoman. I don't know.
Bella. I mean, like, you'd probably be a great doctor, but you're not gonna go to the person's not gonna go to the doctor that says, "What is your passion? I want to see what you look like on the inside." I want to see your inside.
Like I shine my Batman signal on your heart.
Okay.
And then, before I die, I want to make it to Narnia because.
Bella, do you have magic?
Oh, she has a passion.
No. Do you have a portal to an alternate universe?
Well, not at the moment.
Not at the moment.
Money is everything. That's why I'm gonna be a heart surgeon. Because they get paid a lot of money, and if you have money, you can do whatever you want. That's how America works.
So-
Justin Bieber proved that.
So through money, you're going to be a heart surgeon. You're gonna get that money, and then you're gonna retire. You're gonna create a You're gonna create a portal to Narnia. You're gonna go through that portal as Narnia, and they're gonna be like, "Welcome to Narnia. I'm Batman." I mean, like,
Yeah.
is there still like the Ice Queen lady?
No, she died in movie 1, man. Follow the story.
I've never seen Narnia.
Well,
I know,
that's
I
just
know
that.
the goat. Who's that goat dude?
What?
You know the goat. The guy.
Centaur.
He's a goat.
He's a goat.
He was like a total goat. He
Or
had like
no,
goat
that's
legs
not-
down there.
He's like a goat, half human.
Satyr.
Satyr. That's what I'm thinking about.
Satyr.
Okay. Okay, so you want to go to Narnia. Kate.
I want to kind of be a writer for National Geographic, I guess, and travel places.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
Aliens.
That's it.
Nice. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Sealy.
Okay, so this might be really cheesy, but I want to go to the Olympics. Okay, I want to go to the Olympics for ski racing, obviously. And then
But
Just
actually,
kidding.
what
No,
do you want
no.
to do?
oh my god!
I
And
was
if,
mimicking Caden's.
okay. and if that doesn't work out, which probably won't, but whatever.
Hey, no, don't say that.
Optimism.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's improbable that it won't.
Wow. Okay, then I want to be an ER doctor or a
Everyone wants to cut everyone open.
or
What's
a person that helps give birth. One of those people.
Doula?
No.
No,
Give birth.
ew, no.
Like
Yeah,
help
there we
someone
go.
give a baby.
Oh,
Like, so, what is your passion? I want to go to the Olympics. You know, like I want to do ski racing. That's great. I also. Sorry. I want to go skiing in the Olympics.
And if that falls through, surgery.
Sorry. I want to do ski racing. I also want to deliver. I also want to deliver your baby. Hey, man.
I'm sorry, I have unrealistic goals.
No. It's not that. It's just like what if
Make it sound
it's like
bad.
it's like if we're at the Olympics and you have a baby, I'll ski as fast as I can to get them to the ER. Holding the baby, I got you.
That's not how that works, Kaden.
It's like we need to get a doctor. I am a doctor.
Oh, good God.
All right, Judd, would you like to continue the conversation again?
Okay, so I'm thinking like she uses like the skier going down slope and then shooting off the ramp as
No,
like
I
a
don't
metaphor
do
when
that.
she's delivering the baby. So like the baby shooting off the ramp as the baby coming out.
That's not what I do.
Oh, Judd, I thought you were going in a whole different direction. I heard ski, and I thought you were going to say she uses the ski poles to deliver the baby. Wow! Oh my And then the second you said the skier, like the skier, I thought you were gonna say she uses the skier to. So the second you said like the skier, I imagined her throwing. Sorry, I imagined her throwing the baby in the skier. Sorry, wait, I got it. Right.
I am waiting.
I imagined her throwing the baby in the skier's way and being like, "Watch out!"
I am not that cruel
as
of a
her
person.
means of winning the Olympics.
That's so morbid.
No, I don't know why. It just popped into my mind. First, it was ski poles, and now, look out. Oh.
Judd.
Okay,
Good.
solve it. That's her way of keeping a monopoly on her business. She's in the Olympics, and after she delivers the baby, she chucks it at the person in front of her. They get injured, she wins, she gets prize money, and she does surgery on them for money.
And then Bella would do their heart surgery.
Yeah.
I feel like you
It's
get
an
this
infinite
phone.
loop.
Celia and I are gonna go to college together. We're gonna be doctors. But while she's skiing, I'm gonna be fighting people in Narnia.
Wait.
As Batman.
Wait, so is it gonna be like a buddy
Who wouldn't
TV?
want to be Batman?
Everyone wants to. So would it be like a buddy TV show, like you're both in college, and it's like two girls who are both heart surgeons wind up in college together, and then you have like a bloody scalpel, and you're looking at the camera,
And a pair of skis.
yeah, and a pair of skis.
And like that.
Can we
animate that?
You know that little banner that comes up when you're watching like sitcoms, and it's like
Yeah.
Pawn Stars, and they like have back to back, and they're all like,
Yeah.
Will you please?
like
You
every,
have that?
every
Yeah.
single show, like only on ABC, and they're like, they spin around.
Oh, yeah. So you'll be performing surgery, and so you're the patients are right here. You're right here. You're performing surgery, and you're listening to music while it's happening, and you start spinning around each other and performing surgery on the other patient.
Was it like a musical?
Yeah.
Yeah, not
Well, maybe the mother is very sick.
Yeah.
She also
What if
needs
she's
to have
doing
heart
heart surgery? What if she's doing heart surgery on the pregnant mother who's also in labor, and then she's giving
during the Olympics.
during the Olympics, there's a man right behind her who needs surgery, but he got mixed up with a different patient who was supposed to be having a baby today. So they spin around each other, and she delivers the baby with ski poles, and also does the heart surgery, and then Bella spins around to the guy, and she starts doing heart surgery.
I thought the guy
Why
was
did you
having
look
a
like you were
baby.
cutting a steak when you did that?
Get over that.
With that, we are way over time. I have another topic that I wanted to talk about, but we will save that for next time.
All right.
For everybody here at Teacher versus Student, this is Mr. Waddell, followed by
Caden Peterson.
yourself.
Yes.
And everybody else here at Teacher versus Student. We'll see you next time.
Honestly, I burned like 100 calories.
Oh, that was
Teacher versus